in which I blame Dr. Phil. There are, in every mother's heart, childhood milestones that are met with both fear and longing. For many, it's weaning from the bottle or the breast. For some, it's that first day of school. For me, it was potty training. Even though I loved my little boy being so, well, little, I really wanted him to ditch the diapers. My motivation? To lighten the 2 kids in diapers load in my diaper bag down to 1. Alas, my sweet little boy was entirely uninterested in the $40 potty that was recommended by every parenting magazine I read. I even let him choose the color, neon green, and let him cover it with Thomas the Train stickers. It didn't matter. He wasn't into it. So I sadly continued diapering 2 kids, often eyeing the green potty as it sat sparkling clean and unused. Then came the day I caught an episode of Dr. Phil, in which he boldly claimed to know the secret to potty training. According to Dr. Phil, all I needed to do was to get an anatomically appropriate peeing doll, show it to my son, and then have my child teach the doll to use the potty. Simple, yet genius. After a little internet research, I discovered that certain brands of dolls were recommended, and they were all expensive. While Christmas shopping at an overpriced specialty toy store, I came upon a stack of these potty dolls. Impulsively, I grabbed the boy version and paid over $50 for him. His name was Potty Paul. As it was, my son received a boatload of holiday gifts. This was the first Christmas after the birth of his sister, and I admit to shopping excessively using my guilt purse. The potty doll ended up stashed in the closet, unopened. Several months later, when I decided the potty training needed a bit of a kickstart, I remembered the doll and retrieved him. Eagerly, I ripped Paul from the package, along with his potty paraphernalia that included underpants, a mini potty, and a refillable bottle. He was wearing a rather bulky disposable diaper. I called my son over to show him the doll and explained that this doll was a boy just like he was, and that we needed to show him how to use the potty because he wanted to wear big boy underpants instead of his super uncool diaper. My son, somewhat interested, watched as I removed Paul's diaper. "Where is his penis?" my 2-year-old asked suspiciously. Where was the penis indeed? Paul wasn't packing anything, if you know what I mean. In fact, his crotch looked like the crotch of every other doll, except that it had a hole for peeing. So I re-examined the box. Yes, this was the boy doll, complete with powder blue accents on the underpants. It said anatomically correct on the box, but of course it did not show a picture of said anatomy. A lengthy internet search confirmed that no place selling the doll was actually posting a photo of the doll's genitals. I looked through the box and wrappings that the doll had come in, operating under the theory that the penis was either removable, transgender Paul, or just not affixed to the body that well. But there was no stray penis to be found. I began to wonder if the problem was me. Did I have a twisted idea of what anatomically correct meant? I imagined the rest of the world's population going about their everyday lives, secure in their knowledge that anatomically correct did not actually mean a penis and testicles. I wondered what the heck the girl doll looked like, or if that was what I had. Clearly, someone at the doll factory was not doing his job. I returned to the store to do some covert doll crotch spying. But it was impossible to tell what, if anything, was lurking behind the doll's bulky diapers. And I'm sure you can imagine how going on such a mission makes one feel like a bit of a creep. Finally, I ended up calling the store. In a rambling, disjointed splash of words, I explained that I needed to know if the boy dolls actually had penises, because ours didn't, and my son was a bit puzzled by this. The girl on the phone said, yes. I then said, can you check for me? She laughed nervously, clearly thinking I was either pulling a prank or setting her up for an FBI sting operation. But she agreed to check. In a few minutes, she returned to the phone and told me again that, yes, the dolls had penises. So I asked her to put one aside for me so that I could exchange ours. But I asked her to please check the doll set aside for us to make sure it was anatomically correct. When I arrived at the store with my gender-neutral doll and his useless accessories, I was a little bit nervous. I handed the package to the girl behind the counter, told her my name, and explained that I was exchanging the doll for another one that had been set aside for me. Smirking, the girl nodded and directed me to a box that was on the floor around the corner from the checkout counter. There, I found the new Potty Paul with a yellow sticky note on top of the box that said to hold it for my last name and one word: penis.